Hi you guys, it's Yogi Cameron here and thanks for joining me. So today I'm going to give you a little announcement, talk to you about my new book, because many of you have been asking me and many of you have seen some of the workshops that we're putting out around the country and around Canada. And so the announcement is that the Yogui Code, which is my new book, the Yogui Code, is coming out May 9th, and the Yogui Code is going to be all about the 7 universal laws of infinite success. So really what I wrote this book about was how to live at the highest level possible, how to be inspired, how to live at your highest potential. So I'll tell you a little bit about it and take you through it. And all this week you're going to start to see a lot more about the Yogui Code and what it's about and the teachings of the Yogui Code. So the Yogui Code is 7 different laws, principles, and that you need to decode, because you know how in life you may find out what a secret is, but you may not know how to unravel it and use it and make use of it. So the Yogui Code is all about that. So the first rule and code in the Yogui Code is about routine. So your routine is absolutely imperative to the way you live. From the moment you get up in the morning, from the first step you take to the last step you take into bed, that is your routine. And even when you go to sleep, you're thinking about stuff and you have a routine when you sleep as well. So the Yogui Code is going to teach you how to step by step put your routine in order so you can have a solid foundation to grow from and really kick old bad habits. So start a lifestyle that's really for you, something that you truly want to live. And there's, the rules are made, somewhat by the universe and they're somewhat by you. So it's getting you two guys, the universe and you, in unison, so you can build yourself a routine that's really solid. So then the next step is practice, spiritual practice, every day doing your practice. So once you've kicked some of the bad habits and you're doing your practice in the morning, you start to build such a foundation that it's not rocky anymore. It doesn't slide up and down, it doesn't move, it's solid. And on that foundation, you can build any kind of life you want to live. So that's the beauty of this. So when we want to build a life that we want to live, we often build it on a foundation that's built on many different ideas that we've had over the last, say, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And we keep building on top of this foundation, but that foundation was never set on solid ground where you could really build something on it. So the second code is all about foundation, spiritual practice, because it's through spiritual practice that we build a solid foundation. And then once you've now got your routine, you've got your spiritual foundation, you can now move on to self-study and self-observation. Because this is all, the chapter is all about getting to know yourself. Know who you are, why you do the things you do, why you're drawn to the certain people you are, why are you drawn to the work that you do, all of those things. So now you start to get to know yourself really well. So you've got a routine, you've got a spiritual practice, you get to know yourself. Once you know yourself very well, you can start to go into chapter 4, which is intentions. Now setting intentions seems to be a simple thing, but it's not always simple, because we change our intentions consciously and unconsciously. We don't always are conscious of how we change our intentions. When we say stuff like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do this, and oh, the week after I should do that, and I shouldn't have done that. You start to set so many different types of intentions that you don't even know about. So once you get to know yourself very well, you can set intentions that are very in line with the way you want to live. So that's chapter 4. And then chapter 5, once you set your intentions, don't forget, you've gone from chapter 1, routine, to your practice, to self-study and observation. Now you set specific intentions. You can now start to ease into your purpose. It's no good trying to figure out your purpose in life if you don't know what your intentions are. And if you don't know yourself, if you don't have spiritual practice, if you don't have a routine, your purpose won't come to you. So the way it comes to you, the purpose, is by doing these steps. And once your intentions are very clear, then your purpose will become very clear in life. And that's when you're starting to live very purposefully. That's where all the agitations of, should I do this, should I do that, should I be doing something else, all that goes away, and you start to live with great intention. And then from your purpose being very solid, you can now become, we go into chapter 6, which would be of service to people. That greatest feeling is to serve others, because when we're only serving ourselves, then we kind of become selfish, and then, we get down on ourselves, and the energy becomes heavy. But building community, being part of other people's lives, knowing what they're doing, all of that is of service to them. But you can only truly be of service to people when you found your purpose. Because with your purpose and the other people's purpose, you come together and you can start to serve each other. And that's optimal. That's the way you want to live. So that's chapter 6. You ease into being of service to people, and it's so sort of effortless, right? But it's also a state of mind. You want to become, of service to people, because your state of mind, your attitude is, I can be of service to people. So that's chapter 6. And then we go into chapter 7, which is all about love. So we can't truly experience love at the highest level when we haven't been of service, when we haven't found our purpose, when we don't know our intentions, when we don't know ourselves, when we don't do spiritual practice, and when we don't have a solid routine. So you see how routine and practice and self-study, intentions and purpose and service has now brought us to love. So we can now truly experience love just because we did so much work to get here, So this is really what the Yogui Code is going to teach you. It's going to make you a super being. It's going to make you start becoming conscious on a whole different level, You're going to read it, you're going to apply, you're going to tell other people about it, you're going to share it with your family and friends. I hope you're going to put it on Facebook and sort of share it with people as well. Because once you start to practice, you can read all the books in the world, but, things can only be inspiration for a moment. But when you take something and you apply it and you work with it and you make it a part of your lifestyle every day, that's when true change happens. Those are when you make those big shifts. And it's not just those aha moments where you're just like, oh, and then it's gone. No. It's all about every day, doing, experiencing, getting results, reaching your goals, and feeling like you are useful to yourself and you're useful to the world. And that's really truthful living. That's how you live that authentic self that you're looking to live as. And that's when you get that gratification inside. And, so many of you work with me, I've consulted with you, we're doing group coaching, and you know that when we work together, and for you guys who have, it's all about reaching the results, getting results, and living by those results, and making specific goals and getting there. But always sharing it with other people, always being of service, always sharing that love. Because what's the use if I'm just successful and you're not successful, right? So this book is all about getting you to that point of success, and success defined by you, not by me. Because it's no good trying to get the success defined by me, because you're not living my life. So this is all about you defining your success and then living it out truly. Because that way, you will feel whole. You won't feel like, oh my God, there's a void. Because ultimately, that's where life is, right? You become super rich and you feel like something's missing. You find all the love in the world, still something missing. You become purposeful, you travel the world, something's still missing. So here, as yogis, we know that we need to take step by step actions every day, and then we're living purposefully with love and in service. So this is what the Yogui Code is about. So anyway, we're going to do, the book goes on sale. I think you can pre-order it already on Amazon, and somewhere around in a week or so it will go on sale on our site. And hope you're going to share it with your friends, tell them about it, and really use it as a community-based teaching, because yogic teachings are of the highest teachings. They're not, watered down stuff. It's all about the real stuff. So anyway, love talking to you today. Have a beautiful Sunday, and always treat yourself well and treat the people around you well. Namaste. See you soon.